that actually ITCC also securing the turtle, the first objective of the game, and that now gives them the chance to be able to take more gold off of this turret. So ITCC is really racking up the lead.
Yeah, it seems like both teams will be mirroring each other, right? You see that TP going onslaught on the bottom line, on the bottom lane, and then ITCC answers back with too easy for Angelo and Curry Chicken Fish trying to aim for that T1 turret up top. And they won that one, right? Even though they mirror each other, but ITECC winning that with securing the objective.
Yep, so far, I mean, too easy for Angelo not having a great time. And definitely not as, I think his presence not as strong as when he had a Ling or even a Fanny for that matter. Ooh, but Dawn now falling low, trying to escape. Here comes the chessboard, trying to do as much damage as possible. Circling Eagle being used to stun him out. Where are you going though? Here is Curry Chicken Fish for the pickup. Feathered Airstrike in defense, and Sean coming in to finish him off.
Sean trying to escape now. They want to get that revenge kick. Curry Chicken Fish. Farsha trying to save his teammates, but to no avail. Blood Flood manages to secure that one. Too easy for Angelo, getting one to his name.
2-3 now, so this is like you said, they are mirroring each other, and in that previous skirmish, you know, they extended a little bit, Sean picking up, but then ITCC realized they had the window to now go back in and pick one up for themselves.
Yeah, when you look at the goal difference at 2K, right? Not too bad, but if ITECC is playing how they are playing right now, they can actually increase the goal lead, right? So there's going to be a problem for TP. If they secure this one on the side of TP, they will even the goal lead.
This is dangerous for TP
Yep.
though. The Feathered Airstrike coming out, ITCC actually getting the turtle here, and now they're pressing on into the rest of TP. They've taken 2, and in the jungle, looks like they're gonna be content with that for now, but definitely they had the upper hand in that one.
Yep, ITECC knows that, right? And then they capitalize on that team fight, secured it that way. It's got a 2 for nothing trade-off, and now why not? You know, you are in the mid lane, but Sean securing that one with the way of Dragon. Curry Chicken Fish goes down. Feathered Airstrike will be rained down on Creative to Sky just to stop the onslaught from coming in on the side of ITECC.
Yep, I mean, so far, even though TP is responding, it feels like they're still falling short. At this point, I think the draft also doesn't work in their favor. We talked about Esmeralda being a counter pick, and as we go later into the game, it's going to be worse for TP.
Definitely is, and like I mentioned before, they really need to secure the second turtle of the game, right? And they did not manage to do that. And because of that, look at the goal difference at 3K. Which is huge now, right? And we are at 5 minutes, which means that ITECC being aggressive as they are and still pushing it. This is actually their game, you know, and it's sad because TP needs to be aggressive as well. Now they can't be aggressive because they need to defend themselves. That being said, Feathered Airstrike will be rained down on Bento and getting that cleanup kill. Dawn using that Matilda, the chessboard will be activated, but Sean manages to escape.
Yep, only 1 kill off of Bento, and Dawn being the one to get it. Not a great win for TP, but a small win nonetheless, as they probably start to look at this turtle that's spawning on the top side. Still even, but I mean, we're talking about TP, and you mentioned it was a little bit sad. I have to agree. I feel like this is not the TP that I'm used to seeing. The undefeated TP, and I think it shows in their spirit when they're playing, but somehow just not quite meeting the mark here.
Yeah, and I seriously think TP, they are actually being cautious, right? It is not wrong. Feathered Airstrike will be rained down here. Azurai trying to get into the back line, and he's managed to get that one. Alicto will be popped here, trying to get someone creative in the front line. Now going at the back. Bush and Yumeko using the Death Sonata, trying to stop the engagement coming in from ITECC, but Sky getting that one. Yeep with that, trying to get Bush and Yumeko. Yumeko trying to escape with their Rhapsody, but Bento trying to get that one, trying to get that. And here comes Bento again, securing that double kill. Peekaboo trying to get that revenge kill, but to no avail. Here comes the Feathered Airstrike. Peekaboo will go down, and seems like it's going to be 3-4-2 trade-off on the side of ITECC.
I think actually there were four people who went down on the side of TP. So more kills for ITECC. TP, I'm not sure. Azurax got caught up in the bushes there, and then TP tried to fight it out a little bit more. But then at some point, I felt it was sunk cost, but they still continued to try to fight it out. And as a result, I think they lost more than they should have.
Yeah, 5k goal difference right now, right? Huge goal difference out of IPCC, and we look at that. Feathered Airstrike is going to be rained down on Bento. Bento is being super aggressive right now. He doesn't care. Like, he still stays within the AoE area.
Yep.
And when we look at YSS, he has that POD. He's going to get that Endless Battle soon, which means that he's going to get online in this mid game. And looking at the KDA 301, you know, a mark of a very good mid laner. Winding up, Creative misses Sean, and here comes Bento with that for Star Dance. So far, both teams will be resetting.
Yep, they're resetting, but like you said, it's a tough one now for TP, and it's only gonna get tougher. Uphill battle, like you said. Now Bento, you can see, he's starting to get bigger, and getting to the late game, he can give no regard to TP. You know, to Dawn, Peekaboo, he's going to be able to fight through the shields quite easily and tank up the damage as well. But speaking of damage, Azurax is not one to tank it up and will be an easy pick-off for ITCC as they continue down now the middle lane, choosing to back off because they still have a turret for defense on the side of TP. So taking one as a contented with one for now, ITCC. But now that they have the creep waves, going to be able to pick up the turret along with it.
Oh, that's huge. Now you secure the T2 turret in the top and in the bottom, right? Which means that you have the map advantage, and Lord is up now. But since it's going to be a fight again, Bento in the front lines, Bush and Yomeko using that Rhapsody to stop the engagement coming in from Bento, and ITCC will be going for this Lord. TP cannot contest for this Lord.
No, it's a free Lord, and unfortunately so. TP right now, they are trying to get as much farm, I guess, as they can and just defend it, but really they need to be able to defend what you would call a real onslaught that's going to be coming together with the Lord. And in their way, I mean, yeah, they have Azura X for defense, but how long can they fend it off for?
Yeah, they have Farsa, Azura X, and Peekaboo with that Last Insanity, right? Last Insanity can use to clear the wave.
Yeah.
You know, they have the defensive power together with Matilda as well. But again, the question is, like what you mentioned before, how long?
Yeah.
You know, can they stop the onslaught coming in from the side or the side of ITECC? Because we know for a fact that ITECC will sink the wave.
Yep.
They will split push, you know, and they will hit the crystal, right? That's the main objective.
Electo being laid down to try to get Azura here, but Peekaboo is here to save. Feathered Airstrike misses the mark completely, not being able to pick up Curry Chicken Fish. He is a very mobile hero, so it's not to their favor. Right now the Lord is coming down, so it's a three-way siege for ITECC. TP needs to find some way to defend this, but earlier on we saw the Feathered Airstrike being used. They don't have that anymore.
They don't. They're still waiting for it though. Lord is gonna go down, and I think ITCC realizes this, right? And then they do not want to overextend, right? They know that Lord's gonna go down. They are gonna regroup right now, and the best thing for them to do now is to clear the jungle.
Yep.
Like, as long as they can clear the jungle, push the wave, push the pressure, they have this.
Here's the counter to the Feathered Airstrike, and the Real World Manipulation picks up Azura X, and now they're trying to get the mid lane inhibitor turret. No, not much contest coming from the side of TP over here. So they have 1.5 inhibitor turrets standing left, but I don't think it's going to be for long. And now TP really needs to somehow hold this up.
Yep. Curry Chicken Fish really uses the Electo well in the front lines together with Bento on the Esmeralda. Here comes Creative yet again with that Tyrant's Rage. And here comes the bouncing ball, knockout.
3 people now, and now ITCC have the opportunity to break in even further. Feathered Airstrike trying to defend as much as possible, but so is the Real World Manipulation to do as much damage as it can. And now Bento knocked up, taken hits from Last Insanity. It looks like TP will live to see another day, but there was a huge engagement from ITCC. Just too bad that they couldn't follow through.
Yep, huge fight coming in from ITCC, but a good defensive stance on the side of TP. ITECC, right? They know what matters. So they bring down the minions so that ITECC cannot engage any further, and they managed to do that, and that's why they did. That's why they managed to save the base from going down.
They have saved the base this time, but once again, how long can they hold out for? The next lot is coming up in just under a minute, and ITECC, it looks like they actually won blood even before this lot is going to be out, and Curry Chicken Fish leading the charge in this one.
Yeah, they're trying to push TP away, from getting that map advantage. Right now they have it. They are not gonna engage in any fights. They're just gonna push them away from that so that they have that map away. Like what they're doing right now is what they want to be, where they want to be. They want to be in charge of the map here, right? And they got it. Here comes
Dawn getting caught up out of position, immediately melted to the ground. Feathered airstrike used for defense, but not to any effect. And now ITECC running through the drafter TP, double kill now. But Bento takes one out for himself. TP triple kill to Bush. He actually saves the day with that one. 3 kills, 2 to 3 traded out, but they managed to defend this for now.
Yep, second time in a row they managed to save their base, and TP itself good. I like how they defend the base, right? They have Farsa, they have Peekaboo with the Xbox. They have the ability to actually save the base. As you can see just now, too easy for Angelo trying to solo the Lord, but he doesn't have enough damage coming in.
Unfortunately, I think TP was also looking to see if they could do anything at the Lord, and I think this is also an issue with TP's draft, that they don't have a tanky front line. I mean, they had Dawn as the Matilda, but we saw how quickly he just melted. And Sean is only a pseudo tank at best. There's no one to protect Azura X or Bush for that matter. Peekaboo, you have Esmer to shut him down really quickly, so it's hard for them to protect themselves.
Here comes engagement again. Bento with that falling star moon coming in, trying to get that Peekaboo. Will he jump in? He will. It's going to be a direct counter. Peekaboo will go down. Yeeve with that cleanup kill. So it's going to be 2-4-0 on the side of ITECC. Now they have the Lord, but they're trying to push the wave as deep as they can. It's going to be 5-6v3 with the help of the Lord. Bush and Yumeko is still there, so they can clear the wave if they want to. Bento trying to get into the front line, which is a good idea, but waves are coming in from all directions. Look at the back. Crystals is going to be hit. It's going to be game number 2 for ITECC.
Really convincing win there. Somehow TP adjusted their drop, but still not managing to close that one out. I feel like that front line was really a missing piece for them.
Yep, definitely. They went for that quick game composition, right? They're trying to match ITECC from being aggressive. They managed to do it, under 5 minutes, but after that, ITECC just went rampage, right? Map awareness, map control, and also rotation that actually gives them the added advantage to actually win the game.
Yeah, and like we talked about that late game advantage, I think it was really too huge in the form of like Bento, Isunshin. It was another ticking timer for TP as well, and unfortunately didn't meet that time that they could close the game out in, and so one more to ITECC's name. That makes it 2-0, that much closer to your prediction, just one game away.
Yeah, just one game away. It's based on the games itself, right? When you look at even the draft, right, ITECC won that draft, right? With the Esmeralda countering Xbox, countering Matilda. That's definitely a win. When you can have that, when you have the ability to know the counter picks, that's going to definitely give an advantage for your team. And that's how ITECC plays it, and that's where they get the win.
Yep, so props to ITECC for taking that one. So I guess even though they banned out the Ling, still other things that they need to adjust for, but time is not on their side. Not just in the game, but in the series as well, because the next point could potentially be match point.
Yes.
This could be the final stand that TP has to make for themselves.
Wow. They have the ability to do that, though.
They do.
They
mean, they are undefeated.
Yep.
And like I said, right, this is not the spirit I'm used to seeing from TP. For being so undefeated, so strong for so long, it feels like today it's a bit lackluster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, and we will see. Right, it's not the end yet. You know, TP still have a fighting chance. And before we go to the third game, let's go for a short break. And when we come back, we're gonna go to the draft lobby. See you guys soon.
A lot of my painting is about movement. I really gravitated to the circle, and from the circle came the atom. It's like the center of everything, the universe, our biology, all of it. The atom is constantly in motion. We're introducing active wear. It's the best way I can represent with Uniqlo.
Hi everyone, this is Jake. Starting from 16th of August, you can download the virtual interactive performance of my song 再度起航 Take Flight on the official website of Gardens by the Bay. Explore the virtual Gardens by the Bay and sing with my virtual avatar. You can also stand a chance to win amazing prizes. So, act now!
start 15 morning, I start to work on everything. It's hot, you cannot say anything, but I try my best to do my job.
会啦，累一定会的嘛，要赶东西啊，一定满身大汗咯。哦，一天一天都是要这样做吗？你做小贩是这样的。
I mean, for me to go inside the hawker store, it's hot, it's dry, so I think as a hawker, you would make sure that you dress something which you feel comfortable.
I just love wearing the mask. It's a super lightweight material, breathable. It's also a UV protective.
What I like about these Airism products is like, it's very comfortable. Like, you know, you need to turn around here and now, that's stretchable. It's breathable. Even though I sweat, I dry very fast again. Another thing is like the mask. Actually, it's very easy to breathe. Even you walk fast also, you can breathe. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm wearing a mask. Thank you, Hawker Heroes and Uniqlo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Campus Legends Season 3. Have here with me Fizzy Cast, and
Yep.
I am Scrubby Cheeks, and we'll be taking you through the rest of today, which potentially could be the last game or not the last game,
Yep.
depending on how TP plays this one out. We are now fighting between for the championships, a championship title between ITECC and Temasek Polytechnic. So. A lot at stake here. It could be the final game. ITECC has taken 2 games at this point now. So Fizz, you're on your way to making a
Yeah.
prediction correct. Just 1 game away.
Yep. I really want ITECC to win 3 games in a row, but this is the grand final,
Yeah.
right? If it's a close game, it will be better,
Yeah.
right, for the viewers out there. You know, so again, like I mentioned before, TP has the ability to win games.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the first time that they are here. This is not the first time they're going up against ITECC, right? They've been there before and they won.
And they've won. That's the
Right.
thing. They've won. So it's incredible to me that they haven't taken a game yet.
Yeah, they haven't. They haven't, and it's surprising. But then again, ITECC coming in with the mindset that they want to have a revenge game and they want to have a clean slate, you know,
Yep.
going up against TP, right?
Yep.
I want to just finish you guys off with 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're keeping it real clean so far, but we'll see if they will be able to make it through this last game. And I believe we have the draft lobby waiting for us, so let's jump right into it.
Let's go.
All right, so now final match. We're gonna see right off the bat once again Kaja as well as Paquito. So no surprises there. Kufra actually being the one that's taken off of the side of IT College Central.
Yeah, ITECC has been using Kufra.
Yeah.
Right, and they're gonna ban Kufra. Maybe they wanna use the Fanny because we know Fanny. The counter pick is Kufra, right? So ban the Kufra so you can get the Fanny on your side. Maybe.
Yeah, still hoping for
Yeah.
it. But no, TP going to be taking out the Fanny.
TP saw that one. TP saw it.
Saw it coming and took it right off the board. Although this opens up a lot of picks for them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of picks like Yves once again on the board as well. We have Xborg, Harley, too many
Yeah.
things out there for them to choose from. But opens up the Hayabusa and TP, they're not taking any chances.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up the link for themselves and take it away from Angelo.
Oh my god. Hey, they ban Kufra. Oh, they want Fanny. We ban Fanny. Then we okay, we pick Link.
Let's pick Hayabusa. Now we need the link.
Yeah, so Sean will be getting that link for TP himself.
Yeah.
And Curry Chicken Fish securing the Hayabusa, like I mentioned before, is a good flexible pick. So far now being using execute, right? He
Yeah.
will be in the off lane. Now with that being said, Yves ITECC using that, in the second game, they win that one. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. They're gonna go for the Yves again, and then Bento with one of his favorite signature hero
Yep.
using that Ruby.
Ruby was banned out in the last game, so they were not able to pick that up, but this time it is open. So we know Bento can absolutely play this super well. So we're gonna see how TP responds to it. In the meantime, Popo and Koopa, I guess they're still looking for something that's early game. Will choose to go into Esmeralda actually.
Yep, Esmeralda is a questionable pick for me, right? If you have Xbox on the opposite side or Uranus,
Good as a counter pick.
it's good as a counter pick, but now there's no heroes yet that
Yeah.
you can counter, right? So if you want to put her in the goal lane, I would rather you pick Harif. Harif is a better goal laner, if you will. Especially when the scaling, like for Esmeralda, is mid to late, but for Harif, it's equal throughout. Like his power scaling is from early, mid, and late. So I would prefer Harif rather than Esmeralda.
Yeah, but the bans right now, actually, they're going to be taking out the export on the side of ITCC. So not that kind of counter that Esmeralda will be able to do. And TP choosing to take out the YSS and hovering over Barats. We haven't seen that much of Barats today. We saw it in, I think, maybe one or two of the early games. But after that, it was either banned out or just not picked up.
Yeah, Barat, again, another flexible pick. You can put him in the off lane, EXP lane if you want to. Huge hero, able to sustain the lane on his own, and a late game monster, definitely. And especially able to get into the front lines and tanking a lot of damage in the late game. So, and he can also be a tank, a full built tank if you want to. So there's a lot of flexibility, if you will, on the side of TP on that Barat.
Too easy for Angelo, just making a statement here. You're gonna take away my Fanny, you're gonna take away my Ling. I still have other assassins I can play. For example, Lancelot.
Lancelot, a true assassin player, too easy for Angelo, and I like for the fact that he goes for that Lancelot, right? Lancelot has a good power scaling early to mid, right? And we can see ITCC, the way they play the composition and the way they are super aggressive in the beginning, it's good for Lancelot. Lancelot has that ability to deal a lot of damage in the early game. So I'm really liking this Lancelot pick for too easy for Angelo.
Yeah. On the side of TP, they're gonna round up their final draft with Kagura. I can't say it the way that you say it.
Kagura.
Kagura. But yep, that will be the choice for this. Preferences across both drafts?
I would say ITECC. Not just because I want them to win, but because of the draft itself, the ability, the equality, if you will.
Yep.
It's much more, I would say, better comparing to TP.
So we'll see if this time TP makes a comeback. This is potentially the final game that they will be playing for TP. They have to be able to make this one, otherwise it's game over for them. So for the boys in blue, we have Curry Chicken Fish on the Hayabusa. The rest of the draft, we have Yves, Ruby, Jawhead, and Lancelot. And TP, they have chosen to take away the Ling and also have the Popo and Koopa, Esmeralda, Barats, as well as Kagura.
Yeah, for both teams, they have no marksman set, which
Yeah.
means that they do not have any late game insurance for both teams. But the only one that they have is Esmeralda on the side of TP, which is Sean,
Yeah.
right? But knowing ITECC, they wouldn't want to push this into the late game, right?
Yeah.
So too easy for Angelo. He needs to get that level 4 as soon as he can, trying to get that first kill, which is important, and trying to rack up that goal lead if he manages to.
I think this draft is kind of like a reflection of, okay, we've played the last two games really well. We've managed to close it out pretty early, or snowball early at least. And so they're quite confident that they can use a draft that is slanted towards the early game
Yep.
and still be able to succeed with it.
Yep, and especially when you have creative on your side, right? Jawhead is massive in terms of being annoying, right? Being in the front lanes, opening up the maps, and that is huge for for too easy for Angelo. You know, when he opened up the map, creative, here comes the Tempest of Blades. Can you get that curry chicken? So curry chicken fish will go down 1-0 on side of TP.
Yep, 1-0, and this is Bush showing, I guess, you know, the link. You used it on us, and now we're using it back on you. Tempest of Blades with the first gank over there. A good lead for TP. Finally, some showing of a potential comeback.
Yep, definitely ability to come back from the game. ITECC will be starting the lot too easy for Angelo. He has that retribution on his side. Seems like there's going to be a contest coming in. Peekaboo trying to get that CC in, but to no avail. Lancelot, too easy for Angelo, managed to get that with that retribution of Bento using that flicker and getting that I'm offended. And what a combo together with Sky on that chessboard. And he's gonna get that kill to his name.
Amazing, amazing teamwork. I love that combo. So the huge I'm offender countered with, I think, Sky was just there at the right time with the ultimate up, and there you go, 1 kill for ITECC.
Yeah, this is where ITECC strive, right? They know what to do. They know when to pop the ultis. They know when to engage, and they know when to come in for the support. So this is knowing your teammates where they are, what they're gonna do is huge. So an ITECC knows that.
Going on to creative here, 2 members in the bottom lane, just a few hits left. Here comes too easy for Angelo for the pickup, a flicker away. Oh, Bush, he wants this kill, and he manages to get it.
Yeah, Bush trying to get that kill because it's huge, right? When you get the kill, you have that goal, right? You need the goal to actually scale as soon as you can, especially when you are a link. Right, getting that goal is super important, getting your items, but here comes yet again Esmeralda. Falling Star one was used, but to getting that Bento will go down as an onslaught coming in from TP. They want to secure this T1 turret so bad, and here comes Creative all alone. Yif is still at the back. Unstoppable has been used, but Sean using that Star Dance, getting that defense coming on from Team TP, and they will stop the onslaught from coming in, and both teams will reset. So there's a good rotation on the side of TP, knowing when to engage and securing the T1, trying to secure the T1 in the bottom.
And when to back off as well.
Yep.
I mean, they had 3 members, but still they were just, you know, we're not going to take a fight unnecessarily here. We got the turret, and that's what we were here for. And I think also cognizant that the turtle is now up on the bottom side. Oh, but actually Creative in a bad spot will immediately be taken out. Now Bento trying to look for an opportunity for a little bit of revenge, but only finding Cooper in the midst of the jungle. And TP with that kill going to be able to start the turtle up just about half health. Looks like it might go their way this time.
Yep, it would not be too easy for Angelo. He can contest this if he wants to. He has that retribution, but it seems like Sean is going to go up with him one-on-one. He's desperately low right now, trying to get that one. Bento with that I'm offended. But Sean wants that Lancelot so bad. He's going in front lane, but Ejector was used, securing the kill. Creative, 1 kill to his name on that Esmeralda. Azura trying to escape from that real one manipulation. Manages to escape as well. Bush and Yomeko trying to get this on Bento's pops that Tempest Blade,
not
but
going to be enough. I mean, he is a Ruby after all, and there's still a turret, so deciding to back off of that. But a flicker in with the ejector onto Bush, and now he's the one in trouble. Creative, nowhere to go, but back to the base. It's 1 kill for TP. They're, like you said, equalizing it this time.
yeah, back to back fights. You
Yep.
know, these 2 teams are really going at it, and TP, this is the TP that we know.
Yep.
Right, fighting back.
That's
you know,
right.
being super aggressive, and they know that this potentially can be the end for them, and they do not want it to be like that, and they are pushing through this 3rd game.
And maybe it's a matter of the pick. Like, now that they have the link and they feel like, okay, we need to go aggressive in the early game, and then they start pushing. I mean, previously they had like marksman picks, right? So it was pretty, easier in the late game. You kind of cruise along. But I think with this pickup, it feels like this is the strong showing that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, and it's also the 1st and 2nd place, right? You are in the finals.
Yep.
Right? You don't want to tell people that, oh, we almost win. You want to tell people we win, right?
And you don't want to be 3-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Too easy for Angelo. A little bit in the jungle, getting caught out though by Azura X, so we'll back off a little bit for now. In terms of the gold lead, they're sitting at a comfortable 2k apart, so not significantly one ahead of the other.
Yep, and when we look at a head-to-head comparison on the mid laners, right? Here comes Sean with that falling star moon, getting that on creative as well. Creative will go down. Sean is being super creative in the front line. Bento using that don't run Wolfkin trying to escape. But here comes the onslaught coming in the mid lane itself. Bush will be joining his teammate soon, but he's going to go for the turtle. It seems like Turtle will be started by Bush and Yomeko, but he is at 20% life. He needs his teammates, and here comes the teammates.
Yep, they are here to help him, so it looks like TP will get this one for free now. And TP has the upper hand, but ITCC trying to get as much as possible off the top lane as well.
Yep, in terms of goal difference, finally TP is up, right? Ahead from ITCC. And with that, securing the second turtle of the game, that actually helps TP to actually focus to be aggressive again. But here comes, we are going to focus here in the mid lane. Azura X will be there in the bush, trying to get an ambush if she can. But the player here is Sean, right, with the Esmeralda. You know, when he engages, everybody engages.
And
So
I
we
feel
gotta
like
work for
that it shows a level of comfort. I think even though this Esmeralda pick felt questionable, I think it was a lot of comfort for Sean. We've seen him, I think, a few times on Esmeralda as well. So that's how it plays out. Like if you're super comfortable being able to make these initiations properly, and that's how it helps your team fights.
Yep, and in terms of objective now, in terms of turrets, we have 2 on the side of TP. Engagement coming in again. They want to make it number 3. Bush and Yomeko want to get Sky, and Sky will go down. Karichika is all alone up in the middle. Azura X securing that one to her name. It's going to be another win for TP.
I think Sky went the wrong way round in that jungle. Kind of met with the members of TP, and you know, Heath isn't exactly the tankiest character in the world, so going to quickly fall, and I think TP picked up 2 kills off of that, so yet another advantage to the side in mid.
Yep, 30 seconds left until the Lord will be spawning out. Azura X in the middle on the side of ITCC. This is where they don't want to be, right? They are not aggressive. They can't afford to be aggressive because now they have to defend themselves. They are down in terms of turret, they are down in terms of goal, and they are down in terms of kill. So this is bad news for ITCC. They didn't expect this at all. So they will be they're looking at just to survive basically in terms of team fight and trying to get that snipe lord, if you will. You know, too easy for Angelo because they don't have a marksman to push into the late game. So it's going to be a problem. And in the late game, TP has Sean.
Yep.
You know, the Esmeralda. So it's going to be a huge advantage for Sean in the late game.
Ooh, Curry Chicken Fish falling really low. Tempest of Blades, I think, as insurance, but picks him up. And now too easy for Angelo. Is alone, will back off into his turret and to safety. But in the mid lane, even more members of TP coming on to creative and immediately takes him off the map. Real manipulation used to fight back now, but there's not enough damage coming out to be able to turn this one around. It's 2 free kills to the side of TP, and now they can take the Lord.
Yep, they will be taking the Lord. ITCC will not be, well, I want to say will not be contesting for the Lord, and we have a game pause. Now that I recall, remember last week during the semi-finals, ITCC, we thought that they're going to lose to NUS in the first game, and then they came back. Right, they do
That's true.
Yeah, they do not have a marksman. Right, they have a Ling on their side though. But again, this can be a repeat of that.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, Mobile Legends, when it comes to a point where the goal doesn't matter, you get one team fight, that's a comeback for you potentially.
Yep, exactly. So they can be looking for that one as well. And as we know, ITCC, they thrive in terms of engagement.
Yeah.
Right, they know when to engage, they know when to disengage, and they know when to use the skill. That's very important. So you just need one slip up from TP. Once TP slip up, they manage to equalize on that, and they can just push it through.
Yeah, so don't rule out ITCC just yet. They still have the potential to make this a game for themselves, but well, even if they lose this one, they're not out of the game. It's one down. I mean, they don't get the clean win that they probably wanted, but still, they're not out of the game, and they're just one more win to be able to take this one away.
Yeah, but most important thing is for ITECC that they don't have to be stressed out, right? Even though if they lose, they have that one win,
Yeah.
right? So that's huge for them. And after that, they can actually, plan again what is the next step, pushing through.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad but it's going to be stressful for TP,
Yes.
right? Because they cannot afford to lose at all now, right?
Yes.
So try to put the stress on TP and not get stress on your side.
And I think you can see it. TP
Yeah.
really is fighting back this game with Ling. I think they're using it extremely well, trying to put the same kind of snowball effect
Yes.
on it, putting out the aggression and trying to push themselves forward. They have the advantage, so
They do,
that's
they
still a
do.
good thing. They're still in the game.
Yeah, now that you mentioned about TP being stressful and then they can win the second game. If they win the second game, it means that they strive in stressful environment,
Oh yeah.
right? If they
Okay.
win this one, and speaking of which, is going to go for the Lord here. It seems like ITCC will not be contesting for this one.
Yeah, and all the members are on the bottom side. Didn't get the Lord, but they did get a pickup on Peekaboo. So I guess it's a small win for them as well in the way of that kill. I think another thing with ITCC's draft, I feel, is that they don't have like the lockdown to be able to pair with the jaw hit kind of initiation that they have. So you have the jaw hit, but you follow up with either Sky, Bento, sure, but there's no other really hard CCs that's coming off of that.
Yep, that's true. And that being said, the Lord is going to be knocking in the bottom. Seems like both Azura X trying to escape here. Ejector was used, and Too Easy Angelo coming in with that cleanup, securing that one. But they have to be concerned about the waves that are going to come in here. And up in the middle, Creative trying to chase away Don using that Popul and Koopa to his advantage. And we're going to rotate here down in the bottom bush. And Yumeko trying to clear the wave as soon as he can. Here comes the onslaught coming in from ITCC. Not yet.
They're looking to take down the Lord. Lord is at low health now, and unfortunately TP doesn't look like they can make the best use of this objective that they've just secured. They do get some turrets though, so it's still in their favor, and now ITCC standing on their inhibitors.
Yep, so that Lord basically secured two turrets, right? In the bottom and the top. Both T2 turrets go down, so that's a win, right? And seems like TP here, again, like I mentioned before, they have no marksman, right? Which
Yep.
means that in terms of late game, they do have Sean. They can actually make the push if they want to be aggressive. But to play safe, because you need to win this game,
Yeah.
you have to wait for the Lord.
Yeah. That's when you know that
Yeah.
the team's really playing safely.
Yeah.
Like, you might have the opportunity to take some fights, but let's not.
Yeah.
And you wait it out, basically. And I think the good thing for TP is that they can afford to wait it out, because ITCC opted for the no marksman, like you said. It's not like they're gonna have like a late game monster that they need to be aware of.
Yep, so that's true. And that's the reason why it's better for them to just wait it out, right? So what they need to do now is how they can apply pressure is basically just clearing the wave and try to invade the jungle. Just clear out the jungle on the side of ITECC. That's what they need to do.
And I think that's what they are trying to do as best as they can. It is still a minute and a half away from the next Lord. So ITCC kind of standing on the hind legs of this one, on the defense this time. They do have Eve for that AoE effect, but otherwise, how much of a defense will they be able to put up, really?
Well, ITCC just needs to wait for that mistake coming in from TP, right? Like what they did against NUS, right? Capitalizing on the mistakes coming in from TP. Azura X here trying to escape, but then again, Courage You Can Face onslaught coming in.
There's the mistake you were looking for, and now Creative is the one in trouble. Gets taken down by Bush. Real world manipulation, not enough damage. Bush is on the run. Tempest of Blades to escape will be able to take him to safety. So for now, it is a 1-for-1 trade. The teams have traded off once again in this fight.
That's it. That was the mistake, right? And it's good on the side of TP that they realized that and they just disengage from the fight, right? Because if they were to engage any further, someone will go down. That time it was Azura X. If they engage any further, it can be Peekaboo, it can be Sean as well. And they don't want that to happen, and that's a good call, to disengage.
But I think thankfully they were able to pick up the creative on jaw hit along with that as well. So yes, it was a mistake and they lost Azura, but thankfully they stopped
Yes.
the fight from going any further and just left it at the 4v4.
Yep, they really need to wait for the Lord, right, to play safe. They can't gamble it with just pushing it through, with the help of the minions, especially when you are 2 games down,
Yep. And right now we're going to another pause in the game, so you can see I think really need to make sure that everything is
Yes.
all right because a lot at stakes on the table for this game. So any slightest technical issue,
Yes.
lag, you need to take care of it because this is it.
Yep, I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Right, there's a lot
course.
at stake.
Yeah.
First and second place. It's not about the placing, but it's more about the cash prize.
Yeah.
Right, $1,100 in cash and scholarship. I'm the scholarship kind of guy, right? And that's huge.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of at stake, and it's it's not being a diva, right? Oh, it's lagging, I need to pause. No, it's
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, right? They need to do
For
that.
good reason.
Yep.
So the difference between the first and second prize is $300 in cash.
Yes.
Which, when you think about it, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. I mean, you can take that to go buy yourself some Uniqlo swag. Go shopping.
Yeah.
Go online shopping. Guys, if you haven't gotten your QR code, your Uniqlo app, do remember
Yeah.
to head on over to the App Store and get that for yourself. And yep, the QR code is right there. So download the Uniqlo app. Even though you're not the one winning the prize pool, you still can shop. Get the app for yourself. You stand a chance to win an Arizona mask,
Yes.
as well as $5 off your first purchase.
Yep.
Did I talk about the Arizona mask? Because we were watching the donation drive earlier, and I just have to say that was so touching. Like,
It is.
I didn't expect to see that coming, but like I think especially now in the times of COVID, our hawker culture firstly is a really strong part of our local culture.
Yes.
And secondly, they are the ones who put themselves out there, exposed, in public, just to be able to make their keep as a business and to feed us as a country. So I
Yep.
think that's really noble, and Uniqlo donating masks to them is a very nice touch.
Exactly. It's all about giving back to the community, right? And Uniqlo is a huge company,
Yeah.
right? They can afford to do that, and it's nice to know that they are doing that.
Yeah.
Giving out the mask, and the mask itself is very important in our daily life right now.
Yeah.
Right? It might be small, but it's super important, right? Giving them masks to our hawkers, it's really, really a good gesture, and it's part of charity for them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's awesome, Uniqlo. I was a fan. Now I'm a huge
fan, like even bigger
Yeah.
fan. Like you think that stuff is like it's comfortable and great. Yeah, they give that out to people who need it now.
Yeah, exactly.
So absolutely love. And you don't see Fizz, but off the cards he's always wearing that Arizona mask.
Oh yeah.
So he can vouch for the comfort and the breathability of the Arizona mask.
Yeah, I usually cycle, so
Yeah.
I cycle with my mask on.
Oh, wow.
It's that comfortable.
Okay, that's the mark
Yeah.
of a good mask.
It
Guys.
is.
That is. But right now, we are going to be able to go into the game. So hold on to your seats. Continue breathing through your masks as well, as this is the final game now between ITCC and TP. And we're coming back from a pause, and now the Lord is up.
Yep, the Lord is out. It seems like TP will be starting the Lord, and they're trying to bait ITCC, but ITCC is not going to go for the bait here. The Lord will be left uncontested, so TP has that Lord to help them for that push, and hopefully that GG push on the side of TP. So it's going to be 6v5 coming in.
Once again, TP having the opportunity to push for this. The last time around, they managed to make good use of it by taking down all the T1 and T2 turrets. So this time, they're going to be aiming to take down as many inhibitor turrets as possible.
Yep. ITCC have been here before, right? Last week, Onslaught coming in from NUS, the same situation, Lord coming in, and then NUS made the mistake, ITCC capitalized, and they just went straight down. So will this be a repeat?
Hopefully, TP watched that match. Hopefully, TP learned from that, and as much as possible, not make that mistake. But they have been very cautious.
Yeah.
So I think seeing them play so far, you can be assured that they will try not to make these mistakes. But it's tough for ITCC. Right now, they've already lost the bottom inhibitor turret, and the rest of TP is looking for maybe an opportunity to aggress further, but they're also not committing.
Yep, they are not committing. They are being cautious at this point of time. Lord is down, but at least they managed to secure the inhibitor turret. But Curry Chicken Fish trying to get that front line. Peekaboo will be caught off guard here, and Chicken Curry Fish will secure that one. Bush and Yomeko trying to escape with the Tempest Blade. Bento is in the front lines right now. Sean trying to get that one engaged in, but I'm Offended was used by Bento. Will there be any support coming in from Sky? Sky trying to get Azura X. Activates that with the truncheon, but to no avail. Curry Chicken Fish securing that one, and it's going to be 2 for 1. It's going to be 3. Is it going to be 3? Sean trying to fight for his life. It's going to be 3v1, but here comes Bush and Yomeko secure, trying to get that Hayabusa, but Hayabusa using that shadow kill, but Tempest Blade will be activated by Sean. They are trying to get the onslaught coming in. TP is fighting super hard. The manipulation has been popped by Sky. Now Dawn is going to go down. Immortality will give him the second life. He is going to fight yet again. Bush and Yomeko. Here comes the falling star moon by Sean. Sean tanking that damage coming in from the turret, and it's going to be reset by both teams.
Wow, that was insane. Just TP knowing exactly when to back off. Oh, they haven't had enough. But right now, Sky going down and Sean trading out for his life, paying the price. Creative shutting down Dawn with a double kill as well. But the only man standing now is down to 1-2. Just as I was about to say, TP playing it real safe. They lost even more members of their team. But that was an insane match. I mean, Sean, just one man versus everyone else, and he held out long enough for Bush to come back in and take out the members of ITCC.
Yep, engage, disengage, engage, disengage. Sean with that Esmeralda is a total beast. Well, they did manage to get the GG push, but at least, you know, they managed to secure all the inhibitor turrets, so there's no turrets left here for ITCC. Azura X has been pushed onto their back, and Curry Chicken Fish securing that one on Azura X, and Peekaboo will be tasked to save the T1 turret if he can. Creative is there, trying to be in the bush. They want to steal this purple buff if they can, because Link is very dependent on the buff itself. But it seems like here comes Sean in the front line yet again. This late game monster on Esmeralda. Bento is in the front line. It's going to be pushed at the back. Seems like ITCC, they want to disengage from this fight, but TP is fighting strong. Real manipulation has been popped by Sky, trying to slow down Sean, and Bush Yomeko now trying to get creative in the back line. With that falling star moon securing that one on creative itself. It's going to be 1-0 for now, but I'm offended used by Bento. And here Esmeralda, Sean trying to get that one, but Dawn in the front lines. Too easy for Angelo. Trying to get a kill on his own. He's super low right now using the Taunt strike, but so far it's going to be 2-3 for 1 on the side of ITCC.
How is this possible? The TP was having a great time. They were coming down. Bush was aggressing onto everyone else, and they got Detona's welcome off as well. And then suddenly it just collapsed. And
man.
TP lost 3 members, and now the Lord is up for grabs.
Yep, Lord is up for grabs. Both goal difference now is at 60k, right? It seems like all the teammates is going to be there. Dawn and Azura X is trying to snipe this if they can, but Bento saw that one coming. Don't run, Wolf King will be engaging as of yet. They're going to push shit back. Lord will be secure on the side of ITCC. For the first time, ITCC secured the Lord. So it's going to be 6v5 with the advantage for ITCC.
ITECC, this looks like their comeback once again. Don't know if they can do it, but Real Manipulation is out now, and first to go is Azura X. Sean once again in the middle of 5 people of ITECC, now trying to find an escape path for himself. Don't know if he can find it, but he is tanky, and Bento now is the one caught out. Dawn finishes him off. TP has the opportunity to advance further, but it looks like they might just stay back, hang around a little to defend this for some time.
Yep, ITECC is very disciplined, right? Bento is out of the game, and they disengage from the fight. So there's a good call coming in from ITCC. They need that pseudo tank to be in the front lines, because if not, Esmeralda is a beast, right? Trying to engage in the front lines as well. But don't forget, ITCC still have that Lord knocking in the bottom, so they're trying to push this T2 turret. They will secure this one, which means that it is not a wasted Lord. So they still manage to secure some objectives.
Yeah, they are knocking on the top side, and in the meantime, Bush is on the bottom taking care of the Lord, trying to make sure that they don't get too much off of this objective. But at this point, ITCC has managed to carve themselves a little back into this game to be able to take down all the T1 and T2 turrets. Bush
Can he
and
get it? He got it! He got it!
Stopping the recall there. Now Bush is in some trouble, trying to find a space to recall, but everyone is looking for him in the jungle. Where can he go? He has used Tempest of Blades now, but the real world manipulation and all the damage is there waiting for him. Will be able to finish him off easily.
That was a split second there coming in. Curry Chicken Fish in the nick of time getting that one, so that Link cannot recall back, and Bush and Yumeko paid that one.
It's a good thing the Lord isn't up at this point, because it could really be game changing if Bush is down at the wrong time. And you can see that ITCC is trying to capitalize on their numbers advantage right now. They're just putting pressure on the mid lane. They've gotten it, and now on the bottom as well, Bento just 1v2ing with no problems. ITCC just as disciplined, getting the mid lane inhibitor, and now they're backing off with some farm.
Yep, ITCC realized that Bush and Yumeko is not in play, right? That's the reason why they decided to go for the push. And it was a good call. They secured the inhibitor turret in the middle, right? And with that, and what you mentioned before, being so disciplined, secure the objective, back off. And that's what they're doing right now.
But TP now breaking that, trying to aggress on them. They find Bento in the middle of them, stunned out, trying to put out as much damage. Deathana's welcome comes on him, spits him out. But here is the damage coming in from ITCC as well. 2 down so far on their side. Make that 3 as Bush is back, and he is here to do the damage. 4 people left. It's only Creative left standing. I don't know if he can defend this. It's a one-man army. The core is going down quickly. TP! They take the first win for themselves. They finally get one to their name. It's a 2-1 up at this point.
2-1, well done, TP. Talk about playing well under pressure.
Whoa.
Right?
It was, and then they lost Bush. Their inhibitor went down. So even more pressure mounting. And then suddenly they came back with all that pressure and did even better than before.
Yep, they did. And this is something ITECC needs to worry about, right?
Yep.
They know that TP is not going to go down without a fight.
Yep.
All right. TP won against them before in the group stages, and now they win this one, which means that they are up 2-1 only instead of 2-0. And with that being said, again, like I said, playing under pressure, right? We know that TP can play under pressure, but how about ITECC?
Yeah.
The question is, can they play under pressure now? Because it seems like it's going to be a tough game.
I think you're onto something. It feels like the more pressure TP has, the better they perform.
It is.
So right now, the pressure is still on. It still is match point, because if ITCC takes the next game, they will win the championship.
Yep, so this is it. This is the final push, right? Look at Sean being super disciplined in the front lines, getting that Falling Star Moon and also that Star Dance, trying to get that one, and there you go. 2% goes down, and then Creatives realized that one, and he just escaped. There is no way Creative can actually defend this base on his own, right? Too easy for Angelo goes down, Curry Chicken Fish goes down, and that's it. Hitting the crystals, and they won that one.
Absolutely insane, but a great play by TP. Somehow, the pick that we doubted, Esmeralda, I think was the one that took them through to victory.
It definitely did. And with that being said, though, I think Esmeralda counters Jawhead as well. Jawhead has that a bit of shield, so that's definitely a counter pick, if you will. So, yeah, Esmeralda, good pick. Sean, is it bannable though? That's the question.
Is it bannable,
is it bannable though? Yeah.
Don't know if ITECC will ban that. I mean, Would you? I feel that Sean is just way too comfortable with it. I think he knows how to play it exactly to his advantage. The way that he engages with the Falling Star Moon, the timing of it,
Yeah.
and knowing. So he was up against 4 people,
Yep.
but he knew exactly when to back off when Bush came back in.
Yes.
And he still survived.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like he knows the limits of how to push Esmeralda.
Yeah, he's super comfortable with Esmeralda, but there's another guy who is super comfortable as well, Bento. You know, in the second game, Bento was using Esmeralda to counter Xbox. You know how comfortable he is. You know, so I don't think they're gonna ban Esmeralda. They are still using it as a counter pick. Like I believe that Esmeralda, now that I see that it's actually a counter for Jawhead. ITCC got the Jawhead, right? And then they picked the Esmeralda. So not gonna be banned, but it's more of a counter pick. Yeah, so you can go either way. Both teams can use Esmeralda if they want to.
Yep, I guess depending on what they choose to pick up this
Yeah.
time around. And not discounting the Ling as well. I think Bush on the Ling managed to get a lot of pickoffs in the early game that helped them to create the space to win the later part as well.
Yeah, true. I really want to see too easy for Angelo with that Fanny. Right? So ITCC needs to plan something like let's ban something that they kind of guess that we are not going to use Fanny. And after that we pick Fanny.
But TP saw it coming from a mile away. And they banned out the Fanny. So you want to see it, but TP doesn't want to see the Fanny.
I really want to see the Fanny because the way how he plays the Fanny is he knows how to engage and he likes to aim at the back line. You know, last week Mazarab and we for the first time ever I've never seen them uncomfortable using Jawhead and Selena, and the first time ever I saw them like not comfortable at all. So again, I believe Fanny will be banned out, right? It's just too.
If they get a hint that that Too Easy for Angelo wants to use the Fanny, probably ban him out. And somehow Too Easy for Angelo, I guess on the Lancelot didn't seem as effective.
Yeah, I think Too Easy for Angelo, he prefers assassins that can float around quick. Like Link
I like
can
how you
float,
say like floating around the map.
Yeah, like Fanny floats around, you know, with the
Yeah.
cables, and then Ling, you know, jumps around, you
Yeah.
know. So he needs that assassin that can rotate fast, you know.
Yeah.
Lancelot is not as fast as Ling
Yeah.
as Fanny, you know. Even Hayabusa is not as fast as both of the heroes. So it seems like this is the first time that we see Too Easy for Angelo is not comfortable using, you know, Lancelot and other assassins. But we never know, you know, we never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. We'll see in the drafts. This should be coming quite soon. I think both teams are still preparing themselves for this next game. Remember that ITCC, the score now is standing at 2-1. So ITCC has 2, TP has 1, and that best of 5, meaning that ITCC only needs 1 more to take the title away. TP, they want it, but they can't get ahead of themselves because they need this one and 1 more to be able to win the championship.
All right, I'm going to pose this question for you, right?
Yeah.
If you are the captain for TP, right? This is make or break for you. What will you tell your teammates?
Do what you did last round. That was great. Just run that again.
No, man. I was hoping something more.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a team captain.
All right. Okay, there you go. That's
But
it.
what would you say? Come on.
If me,
Yeah.
if I'm TP, I'm like, guys, come on, man. We have this. Right? What better way to win on National Day is winning the whole thing. Right? We beat them once, we can beat them again. Right? No problem. If you all win, I belanja you all Grab. Okay, fast food, I belanja you guys. If you all lose, I just belanja you guys the box. That's it. An empty box.
Wow.
All right? So, yeah, there you go.
It was all inspirational until that last part. I felt like we even needed some, you know, music to accompany that. Like, you guys, we got it, and it's National Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until that Grab part.
Yeah,
Then it
and I would
just-
say
yeah.
that, you know, being in the finals, right? You have to win. If you lose, you better not. You should have been gone in the group stage. For what? Coming in second? Nothing.
So our production team also gave us a very motivational quote. Basically, you should tell your team, you know, the strategy is if you don't lose, you win.
If you don't lose, you win.
So just don't lose, guys.
Just don't-
Just don't lose. That's the
That's true.
easiest way.
That's true. Oh my god, alright. Now, the battle of the leaders, it seems.
Yep. So let's see if TP has what it takes and the stamina to carry them through to
Yes.
yet another victory. And we'll be jumping into the draws right now.
What's your command?
Ah, Fanny, straight off the bat, being banned.
Your hopes and dreams
Hopes
being
and dreams.
crushed.
There you go.
But I think a lot at stakes for TP.
Yes.
So really, they don't want to risk that Fanny pick. But
Mm-hmm.
this means they also have to take out the Ling as well.
Yeah, they can if they want to. TP's, I think TP will have the first pick, right?
Your team
They're on the
is
left.
Hayabusa
Yeah, they're gonna have.
actually.
So they can have the Ling if they want to again.
Yeah. So Hayabusa actually being the one that's taken out. There we go. Bush picking Ling as the first pick, which I think is really to their advantage. So
Yeah.
taking both heroes off seems like it has stumped Too Easy for Angelo a little bit. So how do you think he'll adjust his strategy this time around?
For ITCC. For ITCC, I believe if you want to go for a direct counter pick, you can go for a Nana. But you know, only Odia Bambi can pull that off. And I'm not sure about ITECC. But then again, for ITCC, I would say that the closest thing that you can do right now is basically match that. Right? You know you can match that. Right? You are very good in terms of closing the gate fast, being aggressive. So you just need that aggressive hero composition, like what they are doing right now. They have Bento with that Xbox, they have Creative later with that Kufra, and just have heroes that can actually rotate fast and engage in the early game.
Your team is picking.
So I think that's what they're going for with the jaw hit. They have that early aggression, not so much early rotation, rotation coming from Bush, of course.
Yeah.
But now they have the jaw hit and the Ballman. Somehow a combination that we've also seen quite a lot today.
Yes, Bellman itself again, love-hate
is
relationship for me.
Yeah.
Good hero to pick, but easy counterable. Outside of ITCC, one of my favorite marksmen of all time, YSS. You know, good power scaling mid and late game, and especially independent when it comes to
Your
jungling.
team is banning.
Now this is something that we didn't see last game. So
Yep.
no marksman, but ITCC seems like they're saying, okay, maybe no marksman isn't for us. And choosing to go for that. But of all marksmen, YSS, because they need still that early game
Yes.
and early to mid ability to deal with someone like Ling.
Yeah, and YSS with that Mountain Shocker, right? You know, for both teams, they will want to go for the turtle. They want to go for objective. And if you activate the Mountain Shocker at the right time, you can actually snipe those objectives, right? So that's a good advantage to have on your side of it, for your team.
Yep, so we are on to the second phase of bans. ITCC actually opting to take out the Kagura and Temasek Poly choosing to take out the Sicilian, but it looks like a Eudora pick. Something we haven't seen in a while.
Yep, Eudora. Eudora is actually a popular pick,
Yeah.
right? I know for a fact that recently they call for an emergency nerf
Yeah.
in terms of for Eudora
Yeah.
because it's super overpowering. But even after the nerf, she's actually not too bad. The only thing I do not like about Eudora is that she doesn't have comparing with the AOEs, right? For
Yeah.
AOEs, she's not as AOE comparing to Farsa and Sicilian.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the only thing that I don't like about Eudora. So when it comes to defending the base, like Farsa and Sicilian will be better comparing to Eudora.
Yep. Sicilian was banned out though, and actually they didn't opt to go into either a Eve or Farsa. So it looks like for both sides, they are adjusting their strategy quite a bit this time
Yeah.
around. I think it was TP rounded up their draft with a Lapu Lapu, and for ITCC taking the Yuzhong.
Yep, Yu Zhong and Sylvana as well. You know, the Imperial Justice coming
Yes,
in.
Savannah.
So the thing is, if you're gonna up against Sylvana, Sylvana would really want to engage in clustered areas, right? So ITCC needs to be wary of this. So whenever you see Sylvana, try to spread out as much as you can. If not, you're just gonna get stuck in the Imperial Justice.
Yep, let's see how this strategy plays out. But ladies and gentlemen, once again we have TP and ITECC. This is TP's potentially
Yes.
final game if they drop this one as well. ITCC has a little bit of slack. They can't afford to lose this. They are at 2 versus 1 point. So a lot on the table, guys. TP needs to be able to prove themselves once again.
Yep, a bit of added advantage here for TP because we know for a fact that they can play under pressure. So for ITECC now, it's the matter of how they want to approach this game. You know, do they want to be aggressive? You know, or they want to push this to the late game because you have YSS on your side. So you have to decide probably in the mid game.
Right now, a little bit of a skirmish on the bottom side onto Bento Creative, hiding in the bushes with curry chicken fish. A sliver of health left on Bento, but somehow didn't survive that. Sean got baited and is the one to fall in this fight. ITCC gets the first blood.
Well, that was a nice bait, right? ITECC. Creative using that Tyrant's Revenge, wind it up, but Tyrant's but misses, right? But the ball lightning, the hard CC from Eudora, you know, stops Sean, and then after that securing the kill as well. So there was a good engagement coming in from ITCC. Seems like it's going to be less than 10 seconds before the first turtle is out, and both teams will be contesting for this turtle.
Yep, they will, and the closest to it right now is TP. Standout Azura X doesn't look like they might go for it just yet. But I think this Eudora pick is interesting, and it might actually be a good way to solve for Link.
Yes, it definitely is, especially the ball lightning, right? Hard CC, but the thing is, you gotta go for the Link.
Yeah.
If you CC somebody else, then it doesn't make sense. So your hero lock must be there.
And there's too many people on the side of TP actually,
Yeah.
and they're all tanky. You have Jawhead, Balman, Savannah, and Lapu Lapu.
Yeah.
Really, they're playing around they're playing around bush here, and really depending on Link to be able to pick people off. And I'm not sure for ITCC. I kind of like TP's draft, even though it's not damage heavy. But I think if they can make it work, Bush can run through the TP.
Again, Eudora, well-timed lightning ball to get that hard CC, and after that securing the kill as well on the side of ITC. So it's going to be 2-4-0 now. And you mentioned that TP has a very bulky lineup, right?
Yep.
With Lapu Lapu, Jawhead, as well as Sylvana. But there's a counter to that though. It's too easy for Angelo YSS. He just needs to build a Demon Hunter Sword or Golden Staff. You know, once he get that, he can melt any tanks he wants to.
So dangerous for TP, could go either way. Right now though, ITCC does have the upper hand, and so far it's looking like this Eudora pickup was a very good strategy for them, and that is working well. 2-0 so far.
2-0. It seems like too easy for Angelo. It is a bit quiet, you know, for now. You know, still at 0 across the board, KDA. But he's at level 6 comparing to Bush and Yomeko, still even up at 6-6. So it can go either way when we compare head-to-head comparison for these two mid laners. But it's really the rotation itself, I would give that to ITCC.
Yep, and it's okay if Too Easy for Angelo isn't a hit. I mean, he's YSS, so he has the space to farm himself into the late game. But for Bush, he needs that early game advantage.
Yep, it really does. And this is not looking good for TP because ITCC have secured the first objective of the game, which is the T1 turret up, down at the bottom now. They can push this onslaught if they want to. They can push in the middle and rotate up to the top because it's only one guy there, and that's what they're planning to do here on the side of ITCC.
Black Dragon form being popped now, looking for a target. Tempest of Blades being used. TP4 members on the run from this dragon here. ITCC trying to push on. Dawn flickering out to safety, but not quite safe as he is still picked by Sky.
Yep, that's the passive coming in from Yu Zhong, right? And coming in again, double kill by Sky with that Yu Zhong. So that's a good engagement coming in from ITCC. The rotation itself is on point. They were from the bottom, right? And then after that, they rotate up to the top. Bellman now, Peekaboo is caught there. He's going to go down. Triple kill for Sky there.
Yep, ITCC's like, alright, don't give Too Easy for Angelo his assassins. I'll be Yu Zhong and I'm gonna take care of everything, guys.
Yep, 301 KDA. That's a nice triple kill coming in on the side of Sky. Now he's a monster to reckon with up top. 2 turrets. But down, there you go Bento. Bento trying to escape. They're coming in. Here comes Yu Zhong. Sky with that Dragon Tail. But Bento securing that one. 2 to his name so far for now. But Bush and Yumeko manages to secure that turtle.
Yep, a slight advantage for TP in that fight, but still trading out in terms of kills. So ITCC, with the 7 kills to their name, they have a 2k gold lead now to their name.
Yep, looking at head-to-head comparison, YSS and also Ling, seems like YSS will be trying to get that BOD first. You know, almost there, but on the side of Ling, he's already secured that War X, and Lapu Lapu manages to secure that kill on himself on the top lane, so Sky goes down.
Yep, I think Bush was there to help him probably, so 1 kill for TP, but Bush, I feel like somehow doesn't have quite the same impact as he had in the last game.
Yep, he doesn't. It's hard, you know, for him, especially when you have ITECC rotating very fast and trying to secure the objective, and he has to be like, okay, shall I help my team or shall I jungle? So it's a 50-50 thing that he needs to think about. So it's hard, you know, for him to decide.
It's definitely hard, but as we know, TP working under pressure. Hopefully this gives them more pressure, put them in a bit of a cooker here, turn up the heat, and hopefully if they respond to that positively, can turn this one around. Sean on the bottom side being chased down by 4 members. Bush is here for assistance as well as the rest of TP, but Sean still goes down to the rest of them. Bush picks up one for himself, and flickering away now is Dawn, left with a sliver of health, but is going to be picked up eventually. It is 2-for-2 trades across the board. Azura X chasing down Bento now. No more shield, no more Faraga armor. Peekaboo catches him, but not before they meet with Sky and Creative in the jungle, and now the counter-aggression comes in. Bento clears him up.
Bento had that immortality broken, right? Get the second chance of life, and then instead of retreating, he re-engages yet again, and then securing that kill with the last Insanity. Imperial Justice has been used here by Sean, and here comes the onslaught. Bat Dragon War form will be popped out by Sky. He's trying to get Creative. Creative is trying to run away from Yumeko. Bush and Yumeko use the Temple Blade to escape. Last Insanity has been used, securing that one as well on Bush. So Bush goes down. Bento securing that kill for himself. 5-0-3 on the Xbox.
5-0-3 is really racking up the kills here. TP's not having a great day now. They need to find their way back into this one somehow, but they're not taking the fights very well.
Yep, they are not, definitely. And ITECC saw this chance, and they will go for this turtle uncontested. So this is ITECC. This is where they want to be. Right? They are aggressive and they are winning in this mid-game. So when they are winning in this game, and especially when you have YSS to help you support in the late game, it's comforting to know, right? So this is actually their game to lose. But TP, knowing TP, you know, they can play behind, they can play from behind, and they can play under pressure, so still it can go either way.
Still hoping for that comeback, but in the meantime, Bush and Sean now in the bottom lane. Easy pickup with Tempest of Blades. Bento will go down. Creative is hanging out, but will be late to the party as the rest of ITCC is now hovering on the bottom.
Yep, for ITC, for TP right now, what they need to do is they just need to get Bellman, Peekaboo, trying to get off guard. Sky trying to engage from the front. Azura X with that Lapu Lapu, the bravest warrior. Nice ejector by Dawn. Trying to get that one, and Bento and Sky will go down. So 2-for-0 on the side of TP. Seems like TP is on the aggressive side. Trying to turn the table around. Here comes the game again.
Oh, the stuns on the 3 members of TP here. They're held captive, and now ITCC is on the chase. But here comes Bush once again, trying to pick up too easy for Angelo. Will be able to take care of him. That's 4 down on the side of ITECC, and they only lost Sean.
Wow, what a turn of events inside of on the side of TP, right? So now it's 11 to 14. Look at the goal difference. Back then, TP was down in terms of goal. Now they are up 1K, right? Which means that they are playing really, really well. You know, they are proving me wrong, you know. And but again, you know, ITCC still have that YSS insurance, so it's not too bad for ITCC.
Definitely not too bad, and that means that TP needs to have an answer before YSS starts to farm up for themselves. But before they have an answer, the lot is up. So this is the next objective that both teams are going to contest.
Yeah, this is the first time I see Azura X not using a mage, right? He's using Lapu Lapu, and the fact that he's using it really, really well.
Yeah, 3-2-4.
3-2-4, and had that War Axe together with the Bloodlust X as well. Now trying to get the Athena shield down. Seems like ejector will be used on Creative. Creative will use the bouncing ball trying to escape Bento with that fire missile trying to save Creative, and it seems like Sky will be into the front line. No engagement as of yet because Lord is up in the top lane.
Yeah, being really disciplined, as we know both teams are. So Sky was looking for something. They did pop the ultimate though, so don't have that available for the next team fight. But recognizing there's nothing more that they can get from this and choosing to back away. You don't want to lose a member for this lot fight.
Yeah, you do not want to, because if you lose a member, there's going to fight coming in yet again. Dawn with that ejector trying to get Creative, but Creative managed to escape himself. Bento with that fire missile is super, super annoying, especially the cooldown rate is super low, right, for fire missiles. That's why he can just keep using that to his arsenal.
Yeah, and we know that his immortality can be used as a really strong bait.
Yep.
If TP tunnels into that once again, they did lose one already, so hopefully they don't lose another to the same. History doesn't repeat itself, ideally.
Yep, Lord is still up. Both teams are still hovering here. Discipline and trying to capitalize on each other's mistakes here. It seems like whoever gonna be the first to engage, seems like TP will have the map advantage. They have the high ground now because ITCC is at the low ground. Mountain Shocker has been used, trying to open up the map, and that's where he's trying to bait out all the ambush coming in from TP. So well done on the side of Too Easy for Angelo popping that Mountain Shocker.
You can feel like almost the tension, I think, brewing as they're looking for something, and already Sky going into Black Dragon form, Sean flickering away to safety, still not fully committing into any team fights at this point, but ITCC starting to leash the lot to their side.
Yep, it's hard, right? This point is especially hard for the offlaners.
Yeah.
Right, you need to take care of your lane, and you need to know when to engage and help in the Lord fight. Right, but it seems like it's going to be a game pause right now.
And I think for TP, well, they have the mobility in the form of Ling. But not quite the same for ITCC. So they kind of need to commit and be in that area, while I think Bush was pushing on the bottom side.
Yep, someone needs to take a look at Bush, right? Like what you mentioned before, Bush is able to actually split push, you know, and come back, you know, like instantly almost. And someone needs to take a note where Bush is, and that's the job of the offlaners, right? So it's got the job of Bento, or who's the other offlaner for just the other offlaner for ITCC.
Yep, so we'll see how they play that one. You can see just the two teams, like they want this objective, and it's an important objective, the enhanced lot. They're gonna be able to definitely take down some turrets with it and break open the base a little bit.
Yes.
So it's their key to victory almost. They are carving the path now to be able to break down the walls.
Yep, they do, and that's the reason why both teams are still hovering. You know, they start the lot, and after that they disengage. They see whether whichever teams take the bait. And it seems like both teams are not taking the bait, right? So what can they do? They just need to just hover around there and try to get Bush to split push, and probably Bento split push as well. If It's going to be like that for a long time until somebody engages.
Yeah, you don't want to be the first one to take the
Yeah.
lot because then you take the damage and you're committing to the lot, and it gives the space for the other team
Yeah.
to start the engagement on you, and then you'll be on the hind leg. So it's like
Yeah.
I want it but I don't want it kind of situation.
Yeah,
and
so
you just
this-
see that happening.
Yeah, this is where communication, you need to strive in terms of communication, right? So your communication have to be on point, right? If someone doesn't listen to you or someone misreads something, and it's just gonna go haywire,
Yeah.
right? So it's hard. It's hard.
Yep. And we are back into the game.
Yep.
Looks like the two teams have walked away from that lord a little bit. So choosing to opt for a reset at this point. They do, like you said, need to take care of their lanes. So not fully committing to it yet. But here they are. They're back. Bento stand up for a moment and starting the lot up. But still TP not committing.
Yep, no commitment for both teams. But in terms of map advantage, TP has that slight map advantage. Creative trying to hide there in the bush. So far, the enhanced lot will be reset yet again. So both teams will be resetting as of now. Instead, Bento is going to get caught off guard. Now he has that immortality. His teammates are coming in. Creative winding up, getting one at the back. So far, no support coming in from his side. Bento uses the flicker to escape. Woo!
Once again, the immortality almost
Yep.
baited them, but I think they saw that coming and chose to back off for the moment. And like we said, ITCC actually, they had to send 2 members down to take care of Bush. So that is tough. In terms of the fights, they kind of are at a numbers disadvantage because then Bush can quickly rotate back, but ITCC, you'll be down in numbers.
Yep, that's exactly true, and they are doing it yet again. Here comes the engagement coming in here for ITCC, but Dawn realizes that he uses the flicker to escape.
So the flickers burned. I think ITCC, maybe they're just trying to chip away at these, battle spells, ultimate, slowly but surely, and once they have an opening, they can engage.
Yep, too easy for Angelo. He's at 234 right now. He's at level 15 together with Bush and Yumeko. In terms of firepower, YSS have that slight advantage. But in terms of rotation, Bush will have the added advantage for his team. Now look at Bush. Bush has been in the bottom half of the map like since 5 minutes ago. Right, here comes engagement.
So creative in the middle of everyone flickering out, and now a huge pull on the 3 members of TP. Sean is the one to immediately fall down. Tempest of Blades used to escape, but nowhere he's going to go. Angelo picks up the kill for that, and now Sky is in the middle of 2, trying to find somebody. Not going to, I think, at this point, but just zoning out and creating space for the rest of his members. And look up top here, Peekaboo carving an escape path for himself, but it doesn't look like there is one. And now ITCC come up top of that. They have the Lord.
Yep, 3 for nothing trade-off on the side of ITCC. That is the chance that they were waiting for, right? There was a mistake coming in from TP. ITCC capitalized on that one, securing 3 members, and they know here comes the last Insanity yet again. They are not waiting for the Lord at all. They're trying to push this onslaught coming in the mid lanes, and they managed to secure 2 turrets up in the middle. And while they wait for the Lord, they are just gonna stay around here, put in the pressure and try to clear the jungle and sync up the waves.
Yep, we'll see the Lord coming down the bottom lane as they start to clear space for themselves in the middle and top. And that's the thing with ITCC, right? They had another bait actually.
Yeah.
I think it was Creative that was in the middle of everyone, and then he just flickered out to safety, and then TP was fully committed at that point and they couldn't get out. And then you get, I think it was a Tyrant's Revenge on them, and they were basically stuck.
Yep, Lord here in T2 will secure that one, no problem. So it's going to be inhibitor turret left for all sides. Now they're going to try to split up top, one-on-one against with Bellman. Up top, one-on-one against with Bellman. Inhibitor turret is at half live right now. It will not go down. So a nice defensive step on the side of TP, but still it's not a wasted lot. Waves are starting to come in from all directions. So this is where ITECC needs to capitalize. Fight coming in.
Oh, Sky thrown in the middle of everyone gets blown up, but they do get Azura X on top of that as well. It's a 1-for-1, and on top of that, ITECC take the bottom inhibitor turret. They have the advantage in terms of objectives, and they're hovering over this middle one now as the next target.
Yep, they are left with only 2 inhibitor turret on the side of TP. Then again, the fight coming again, yet again, Imperial Justice there by Sean. It seems like it's going to be 2-for-1 trade on the side of ITECC. So the onslaught is still coming in from ITECC. Again, Creative jumping in to with that bouncing ball yet again. Too easy for Angelo. Is left with Peekaboo with that second life. Here comes the last Insanity. This is gonna be game wipeout. No one's left. Azura X is nowhere to be seen for second life. ITECC will be crowned the champions for Campus Legends season number 3. Oh, Bento, I win. Yeah, you win, man.
Oh my goodness, that was insane. This is just like small mistakes, and there you go.
ITECC was waiting for that, right? It's like what, since 5 minutes ago, hovering in the top lane for the Lord, waiting for the mistake. You know, so okay, if they're not gonna go for the Lord, we don't go for the Lord, and they don't go for the Lord. They try to split push, right? So they went down in the middle and in the bottom. They pick off one by one, and especially when they pin back TP in their base, they just picked off one by one, and wave starts coming in, and that's it.
That's it, Fizzy.
Yes, that's it. Wow.
Champions of the Campus Legends series, ladies and gentlemen, ITECC takes this victory.
Yep, they won the revenge match against TP. So they did. So we know who's boss right now. It's ITECC, and coming in as the defending champions, and then winning its second season in a row. It could have been better if they are undefeated. But oh well, TP has that. You know, the kind of like when you look yourself in the mirror, you know, and there's one scar, and that scar is TP.
This is, it's a blow.
Yeah, it is.
Can you imagine you go into this tournament, you are undefeated right up to the finals, and this is the thing that's on the table now, and then you lose the final. And that's the one loss, and it's the finals.
It's the final, and that's it. This is the last one. I mean, inhibitor turret in the middle. One by one is just getting picked off. Bento in the front lines there. Dawn goes down again, even though with that immortality, but Creative with that bouncy ball securing that one, and it's left with Peekaboo. There's no way he can do anything about it. And last Insanity yet again, and minions there's the only minions there. And they just hit the crystal, and that's it. No recalls, no emos, just focusing on the crystals and get it done.
Yep, get it done. That's what they did. ITECC they had a hiccup, so they lost one game, 3-1. But still, overall, congratulations, managing to take the first title. So we have our winners of Campus Legends, champions,
we do.
Defending champions, and once again, champions for this series, ITECC. TP followed by NUS.
NUS. So the first prize is going to be $1,100 in cash plus a bunch of scholarships.
Yep.
And then second prize?
Second prize is $800 in cash and scholarship.
And the third prize is $600 and a bunch of scholarship as well. And unfortunately for the fourth place team, you guys will go home with nothing.
You go home with pride for having been in Campus Legends and almost making it to the podium.
Yeah, almost, but not there yet. So that's it.
Well, hopefully, Campus Legends continues running, and the rest of these teams still get, a chance to come back at this, like ITECC, defending champions once again.
Yep, coming in if, season 4 were to happen, right? Coming in season 4, ITECC is like the big brother.
Yeah.
Right?
I got 2.
Yeah, I got 2 now. So Yeah, ITECC, well done, congratulations. And in fact, congratulations to all the winners today, and well done GGWP to all the teams that have been participating
Yeah.
for the past few weeks. It has been a long journey.
It has.
It's been like 3 months or so, on all the Sundays and all that.
Yeah.
But we are happy to do this with you guys out there. So to all the viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have been amazing, and both of us are more than happy to cast for you guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
a long journey, a lot of teams, and it's not easy to play
Yeah.
so many games and on a national stage. So really good effort to everyone, and thank you so much for participating in our giveaways. Being there with us through the questionnaires, quizzes, and
Yes.
just watching the games with us. It's been a real pleasure. And speaking of giveaways,
Yep.
we do have to thank our partners and sponsors and organizers for making all this happen. Campus Legends wouldn't have been possible without our organizers, Skoga and Esports Academy,
Yep.
our Lifewear partner Uniqlo, of course, decked out in Uniqlo wear,
Yes.
provided apparel for all our teams and crew as well. So thank you, Uniqlo.
PC partner, Lenovo. Legion by Lenovo. Slick on the outside, savage on the inside.
I still love that.
Yeah, our academic partners, RPITE, College, and also Kaplan and Murdoch. Not forgetting, last but not least, our venue sponsor, Hatton Land.
Land Singapore Sports Hub and Pan Pacific for sponsoring, the staycation that
Yes.
the lucky winner won.
Yeah. So that's it from us. Scrubby Cheeks, have you have anything to end up with?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you to every single one. It's been an exciting time for us, and it's difficult in times of COVID. So really thank you to all the viewers and everyone who's been a part of Campus Legends.
All right, here we are. I'm Physicast, and this is Scrubby Cheeks. We wish you guys a happy National Day, and the whole team here at Skoga wishing you guys the best of health and happiness always. Till we see you guys again, Season 4. Hopefully, this is us signing off.
Start 15 morning, I start to work on everything. It's hot, you cannot say anything, but I try my best to do my job.
会啦，累一定会的嘛，要扛东西啊，一定满身大汗咯。一天一天都是要这样做吗？你做小贩是这样的。
I mean, for me to go inside the hawker store, it's hot, it's dry, so I think as a hawker, you would make sure that you dress something which you feel comfortable.
I just love wearing the mask. It's a super lightweight material, breathable. It's also a UV protective.
What I like about these Airism products is like, it's very comfortable. Like, you need to turn around here and now, that's stretchable. It's breathable. Even though I sweat, I dry very fast again. Another thing is like the mask. Actually, it's very easy to breathe. Even you walk fast also, you can breathe. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm wearing a mask. Thank you, Hawker Heroes and Uniqlo.
Hi everyone, this is Jake. Starting from 16th of August, you can download the virtual interactive performance of my song 再度起航 Take Flight on the official website of Gardens by the Bay. Explore the virtual Gardens by the Bay and sing with my virtual avatar. You can also stand a chance to win amazing prizes. So, act now!